Hey guys, it's Jade and welcome back to another video on my channel. So if this is the first video you're seeing on my channel, hey, my name is Jade. I am currently a senior in college and a June 2024 bride. If you have been a subscriber for a while, hey, sorry it's been so long. Last semester of college has truly been crazy, and being a senior nursing student, getting engaged, starting the wedding planning process, and being president of my sorority all at the same time was quite a bit. So I know I have been pretty inconsistent on this channel, but I've been really excited with the start of the new year to jump back in with you guys and be creating more content for y'all. So I thought I would start with my little intro back onto this channel, talking about everything I have done wedding planning wise in the first 6 months of being engaged. So I'll be for real. It's been like 5 months and a couple days since I got engaged, not exactly 6 months, but I feel like I have done so much in these last few months and truly just started from a knowledge base of like nothing when it comes to planning a wedding, and really just had to spend a lot of time figuring this out on my own. So I thought this video would be really helpful for any of the other girls like myself who are starting their wedding planning process, quite literally having no idea what they're doing. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below, as well as give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more wedding related content on this channel. And also, if you guys didn't know, I actually really pressed heavily into building my TikTok platform this last 6 months. TikTok has just been a much easier platform for me to use in this really busy season of life. So I've actually shared so much wedding planning content on my TikTok. It's just at jadeelizabethyt. If you guys are interested in seeing even more in depth on everything I've done for my wedding, I mean, I got so detailed onto every little thing that I've done. Every tip I've learned along the way is posted on my TikTok. But I'm gonna keep this intro pretty short and sweet, so let's hop straight into the video. I'm kind of gonna put these things in the order that I did them. This is not an exact order by any standard. Again, go to my TikTok if you want to see a little bit more of a detailed breakdown of all of these different topics. But starting off, the first thing, honestly, that we did is toured venues and booked a venue and chose our wedding date. Obviously, after we got engaged, we took a couple weeks to just enjoy the sweetness of being engaged and like how we had dreamt of this day and this season for so long, and we really just wanted to soak it in. But after those couple weeks, we dove straight into wedding planning with venue touring. We toured 5 different venues in the Cleveland, Chattanooga area, which is where we're going to be getting married, because it's where I go to school and my fiance still currently lives. And we chose our venue, which I don't think I'm gonna share on here yet, and picked our date, which is gonna be June 29th of this year. Next, and also honestly along the same timeline as picking the venue, it was kind of like we were doing both these things at the same time, we made a really firm wedding budget. So if you guys are from my TikTok page, y'all know we are on a very strict budget when it comes to our wedding. I am beyond fortunate to have parents that are willing to help us out for our wedding and are being more than generous, but we definitely have a very strict budget that we are trying to follow. So creating a very comprehensive, very solid budget that we are not gonna stray from. I'm not gonna be one of those brides that spends $10,000, $20,000 extra dollars on their wedding within the last like 2 months of wedding planning. Definitely, honestly, was probably the biggest challenge I have faced so far in wedding planning. I just had no idea how much things truly would cost when it comes to wedding planning. Like, I was honestly mind blown with how expensive this industry is. But I wanna give you guys confidence that with a lot of work, with a lot of good conversations with your family and with your fiance about what's important to each of you, you will be able to have a beautiful wedding, whatever your budget is, and that financial stress will lift once you start to grasp a little bit more of a solid plan when it comes to your wedding. The budget is still something I stress over to this day, but as I watch things kind of fall into place, it definitely has eased a lot of that anxiety slowly but surely, and making me feel really confident that we're gonna have literally both me and my fiance's dream wedding with a really affordable price point. Also in this time, one of the very first things that I did was build a comprehensive to-do list broken up month by month of everything I was gonna do to plan my wedding. So I did a lot of research for this, from the knot, from YouTube videos, things like that, even asking just friends that had planned weddings in the past, all about wedding planning. And this was such an anxiety reliever for me when we first got engaged. Just that overwhelmingness of like, oh my gosh, I have no idea how to plan a wedding. My sister's never planned a wedding. Like, I have no idea how to do this really set in. And for some reason, typing it all out, having a designated time in a month I would have all these different tasks completed by, just gave me so much peace. And honestly, we're so ahead of the game when it comes to what I had originally like written down as far as timeline goes, and that also just gives me so much confidence knowing that we're right on track and even just a little bit ahead of our original to-do list. I'm gonna go a little bit faster through some of these other things because I feel like I am taking way too long to explain things. Next thing that I did was bought my wedding dress. So I had my mom, my fiance's mom, and my older sister come with me to go wedding dress shopping. Obviously right now we're in the Cleveland, Chattanooga area for school, but I wanted to wedding dress shop in my hometown, which is Nashville, Tennessee. We visited 2 bridal shops and I ended up buying my wedding dress from Vowed Wedding Dresses. They specialize in having affordable wedding dresses that are still beautiful and on trend, and my dress is everything that I wanted it to be, and we actually got it for less than $1,000, which was under budget, which is just so incredible if you know anything about wedding dresses. My experience was so fun, and the day itself was just so fun, and I just loved it. We only went 2 places and I found my dream dress and I have no regrets. It's actually literally hanging up in that bag back there. I need to take it to get altered. We're doing that soon, I promise. Next thing that we did is make our guest list. This is also something we kind of simultaneously did with picking the venue, just so that we could know about how many people we were wanting to have. Now, if it were up to me, I would have a huge wedding with 300 to 400 people and just like have a giant party. But honestly, the more people you have at your wedding, that is one of the biggest things that blows up your budget. And so for us, we're having kind of a medium wedding. I don't really know what this would be classified as. We're hoping to have around 150 people there. Obviously invited a few more than that. And so it really is just kind of like closest family, friends, and college and high school friends, definitely. I was so pleasantly surprised to realize, like, I thought I would have to make so many sacrifices and have so many of my friends not invited, and I was just honestly like really devastated by that at first. But when we made the official guest list and realizing as we were putting people down, like all the people that really mattered to me, that they were there, they're all invited. And I did not feel like I had to sacrifice like friends or family that were really important to me. So that was definitely a really big confidence booster. And that also allowed us to pick the venue that we chose, because they have a capacity max of 200. Next thing that we did is book a photographer and take our engagement photos. If you haven't seen those, I've posted a ton of them, quite honestly, on my Instagram, and also I think I did a whole big collage of them on TikTok if you want to see them. They turned out absolutely beautifully. Okay, had to take a brief pause, but we're back. One of the first things that we did is me and my fiance both sat down and talked about what our top 3 like priorities were and what our bottom 3 priorities were for our wedding. So what things mattered to us the most and what things really didn't matter to us, and that was a key to figuring out what to budget for. And for both me and my fiance, we both said that the photographer and the pictures that we got to keep for the rest of our life after our wedding day was our most important thing, like literally above all else. And so I knew that I wanted to make sure I picked a photographer I really loved and didn't like sacrifice on that. So I knew it was one of the first vendors that I wanted to book. Everything else we've had to be really budget friendly about and make a lot of compromises for, which that is life. Life is compromises, and all the things we're doing are literally still gonna be beautiful and amazing. I am so excited about them. But I knew I didn't want to compromise on a photographer, and so finding my girl was so fun, and I'm literally obsessed with her and all of her work, so shout out. But other vendors we have booked are our caterer and our day of coordinator, which is just through the venue that we're using. We also in this time decided that we're not going to be doing a DJ, which I know that's a pretty unpopular opinion and people are probably going to give me their thoughts in the comments, but it just was an expense we really just could not afford to put into our budget. And so instead we're going to be renting sound equipment from Guitar Center and having a friend that is kind of designated to playing the music, and we're going to have really thorough playlists put together of all of our favorite songs. The next thing that I actually did this morning was I had a custom flower consultation call with flowermoxie.com. So flowermoxie.com, this is not sponsored by them at all. I wish that would slay because they're amazing. They are pretty much a DIY flower wholesaler specialized in DIY brides that are wanting to do their own flowers for their wedding to save money. Florals are honestly one of my favorite parts about weddings, and they are absolutely my favorite part of wedding decor, which is so unfortunate because they are 100% the most expensive way to decorate your wedding. And so when I was getting quotes back from florists that I just absolutely could not attain in any way, shape, or form of trying to work the budget around it, that is when I stumbled upon Flower Moxie and how incredible of a service that is. And so we decided to go with them for all of our wedding floral needs. Definitely something that I'm still a little bit worried about, just don't want to bite off too much or more than I can chew as far as DIY goes for the wedding. But I am a pretty crafty DIY oriented person, so is my mom and my sister, who are going to be helping me, as you guys know if you have watched any other videos on my channel. And we have a really good plan in place for how we're going to make all these things happen. And again, I'm able to get my dream wedding florals, like all the decor and my bouquets and all the things, for a price that actually fits well within my budget. And so it's just such a great option, and I'm super excited about it. And currently as we speak, my little custom package is being built for me after our little phone call we had this morning, and so we'll be ordering those soon. Also during this time, I have proposed to both my bridal party and my flower girls. So for my bridal party, I did a really cute like surprise picnic. It was in this little like pergola in the downtown Cleveland area. Funny story about that, it was actually quite literally pouring rain right when I was supposed to have it. It was supposed to just be like outside, and we had to, me and my friend who knew she was about to be asked to be a bridesmaid, were like driving around frantically 30 minutes before all the girls were supposed to get there, looking for an open, like, what are those things called? Oh, gazebo that we could set it all up in. And so there are so many funny pictures of me and my friend carrying my coffee table, because that is the table I was going to use to set the picnic on top of, through downtown Cleveland in the pouring rain. It was very iconic, but it was such a sweet day. It was so fun. I also did these really cute little denim bags with their like getting ready PJs and like their card, and it was really cute. I made a bunch of TikToks about it. I might insert some pictures in this video as well, but honestly, one of the sweetest days, and I'm just, it was so fun. I also decided that we are not going to have little young girls be our flower girls, because I don't really, or my fiance doesn't either, like have any young girls in his life to be that role. So I've seen this done in another wedding. I know it's a little untraditional, but I really thought it was special that they actually had two like friends, my age friends, be their flower girls. So two of my closest lifelong friends from high school and earlier, we actually met in elementary school, are gonna be my flower girls, and it's just so special to have them be a part of the big day, because they're gonna be the last people to walk down the aisle before me, and it's just really sweet, and they're gonna have a special reserved seat at my wedding on either the first or second row with my family. So I made really cute little bouquets with some Trader Joe's flowers and wrote them sweet cards, and then surprised them at their house when I was home back in Nashville over winter break. So much of my time in the last 6 months have been spent on Pinterest and making mood boards on Canva, and so I have fully made very intense Pinterest pages, probably for, honestly, for years I've been doing this, about my wedding, but even just recently spent time on Canva just picking very finalized like mood board pages of like, these are the exact DIYs I'm gonna do, this is exactly what I want my bouquet to look like, rather than a million pictures of like all kinds of different stuff. So I've really been solidifying a lot of those decor and wedding plans. I've also started some DIYs. Again, the TikTok page will keep you guys more updated as far as what I do and when I do it, but we're gonna be doing so many fun projects over the next 6 months, so definitely stay tuned for those. I also designed and ordered my save the dates through Canva. They are such a great program. I literally do not even have the pro version, and I was able to design a beautiful save the date that I'm quite literally obsessed with, and ordering them through Canva was at such an affordable price point. I want to encourage you guys, even if you don't find yourself to be a crafty or DIY oriented person, doing things, especially like doing save the dates on Canva where you just design online, is so user friendly. And trust me, even if you think you can't do it and you need to hire a custom designer for that, you can do it, and you can make custom save the dates and invitations that are beautiful. We also addressed all of those over, I think, Thanksgiving break with my mom and my sister, and mailed them out the week after. Also, recently I have gone through and chosen my bridesmaids dresses. I have not sent them to the girls yet, so if you're one of the girls, coming to you soon. But it took way longer than I ever thought to find bridesmaids dresses that I liked. I'm doing the mix match bridesmaids trend, so you have to find quite a few dress options to be able to give the girls each quite a few different options to choose from. This also has been one of those parts of wedding planning that has been was so challenging for me, honestly pushed me to my limits. Overall, during the wedding planning process, I have loved it. Like, I know that wedding planning has, for a lot of people, like one of the worst seasons of their life, and that was honestly like something I really feared starting this process, just because I've looked forward to getting engaged and planning a wedding my entire life and just didn't want it to be an awful experience. But I've been so lucky that I have really just enjoyed this, even in the midst of all the craziness of school and all of my commitments. It's been really, really fun, and I've been able to accomplish so much. I have so many tips, honestly, on how to make sure that you're not like too stressed and you're still enjoying wedding planning, that I have either shared on TikTok or I might make a separate video on this channel if you guys are interested. But of course, there's a couple things that really get to you. My first one, like I said, was the budget was hard at first. And then second one, for some reason, was bridesmaids dresses. Like, I don't know why those like really got to me. I think I was just stressed about other things too. But they are chosen now. Also, within the last few days, me and my fiance have been sitting down working on our registry. I think we're gonna register at Target and Amazon. I don't think we're gonna register anywhere else, honestly, just for simplicity, to have 2 places and that be it. But we found some really great things, and I'm really excited about our registry. Of course, wedding gifts are never expected, but it is so sweet that the people that we love might want to bless us with some of these things. Me and my fiance do not live together, and I am a college student, and he graduated in May and still lives with roommates. So honestly, like, neither of us have like anything for like a real house. Obviously, I have like some things that I have in my college apartment, but it's not quite the same as like owning a house. So we quite literally need everything, so that wedding registry is like huge. And lastly, I have started to make some really solid and finalized plans for decor and food and things like that. I've got Google Docs on my little wedding drive that are just like pouring over into detail exactly what we're gonna do. I've been looking up the exact products I want to use and how much they cost, budgeting around it. I feel like finally starting to actually make real sustainable plans for everything that we're gonna do, rather than just like thinking through cute Pinterest inspo. We're like actually making it happen. So that is everything that I've done in my first 6 months of wedding planning, and just some like updates for you guys. Again, I'm so sorry it's been so incredibly long since I have posted on this channel. I have neglected it for far too long, but this still is a community and a creative outlet for me that I cherish so much and absolutely do not have any intention of quitting. Thank you guys for being patient with me as I've navigated college and being a nursing student, and just how crazy and unpredictable that schedule can be. I really am so thankful for you guys, and I love to interact with you guys and meet you guys in any way that I can. So please follow me on other social medias too. That's not just to get another follower, that is genuinely because I just love interacting with you guys on multiple platforms, and sometimes those smaller platforms are easier for me to interact with you guys. Again, if you're new here and this is the first video you're watching, I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below, and make sure to subscribe for more wedding, nursing, college related content. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Missing someone